After months of testimony, interviews, and hearings, the Congressional Committee looking into the January 6th insurrection has a recommendation. They think former President Donald Trump should face criminal charges. Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes has been following developments all day and joins us now. Rob?
Yeah, the committee has put together a year-and-a-half worth of investigations. The result, a slew of criminal referrals, 4 against former President Trump and several more against some of his closest associates. Those referrals now in the hands of the Justice Department. Compared to its 9 other hearings, today's was relatively quick, but with a unanimous vote.
Those in favor say aye. Aye.
The House January 6th committee wrapped up its final and most significant hearing, accusing former President Donald Trump of several crimes and referring him to the Department of Justice to be prosecuted.
The work of this committee will help provide a roadmap to justice, and that the agencies and institutions responsible for ensuring justice under the law will use the information we've provided to aid in their work.
The committee once again showing dramatic clips from the attack on the U.S. Capitol and highlighting Trump's role in it. Committee members accusing Trump of 4 crimes: obstruction of an official proceeding, conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to make a false statement, and inciting an insurrection. Also referred for potential prosecution, Trump attorney and former Chapman University professor John Eastman.
Congress believes that a former president has committed crimes, serious crimes, and including a crime against the government by insurrection, by rebellion.
Members are also referring 4 Republican congressmen to the Congressional Ethics Committee for dodging subpoenas to testify. House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy, Jim Jordan, Scott Perry, and Andy Biggs. Each of the committee members speaking today, spelling out the case against Trump. Republican Liz Cheney highlighting how in the midst of the Capitol attack, Trump sat back and watched from the White House, refusing to tell the rioters to stand down.
For hours, he would not issue a public statement instructing his supporters to disperse and leave the Capitol, despite urgent pleas from his White House staff and dozens of others to do so. For hours, he would not do it.
Now, the criminal referrals are mostly symbolic. They'll be sent to the Department of Justice, which has been conducting its own insurrection investigation and is not obligated to act on the committee's referrals. Meantime, the Trump campaign has issued a response calling the January 6th committee a stain on this country's history that makes a mockery of our democracy.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel and download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.